The best part about Tag Back, the show where every week we take a look at another blaster from the past to see what it could offer us today in the present, is that I tend to come across things that I forgot how awesome they were. Not so much in this case in terms of functionality, but in terms of just sheer awesome. I forgot how comfy the Dart Tag Swarmfire was. I knew I loved it. I knew there was a reason why I paid full price for one on eBay, even though it was a used blaster because I just couldn't find them new anywhere. But holy crap, the Swarmfire is ridiculously comfortable. I can't get over it. That's going to be the start of the video here. We've got a very, very nice removable stock that looks awesome with a very long strike-ish handle grip. Very, very comfy. It's gotta be comfy because your 6C batteries go in right here, which is kind of like the foregrip, and then you got this massive open-faced 20-dart turret on the front of it. This thing is a really, really good workhorse for a lot of HVZ players. When you modify the Dart Tag Swarmfire, you don't really get so much in terms of power, although you can buy aftermarket springs for them, something Orange Modworks has been doing for years. But when you see these on things like Coop's Dahmer, or Bobo's Fenrir, or Sir Spamalot and stuff like that, you see the internals, or heck, Bobo even did one on his new blaster, which was Ponesaw. When you see them, you only see the internals. You don't see all of this stuff, so it's really nice to show off the Swarmfire in all of its glory. But why do people use it? Why should you care? If you're picking up a Swarmfire, you're picking it up for basically two reasons. One, its overall internals are rather small and you can bolt them to pretty much any blaster and it looks pretty good. But it's the rapid fire action this thing has because it's basically a turret, an open-faced turret, Stampede. It doesn't use clips or magazines or anything like that. And the fire rate stock is pretty decent. That's bone stock. That's not bad at all. That's way better than like a stock Rapid Strike or anything like that. So there's a lot to love here. It's really easy to increase that cycling rate and get yourself even more firing speed. So when you're playing something like HVZ, it's godsend because you can just bolt it to the bottom of a Stampede or a Rapid Strike. And when you need to, you got 20 shots right there. And when you have some downtime, it's pretty easy to reload. It is a little unwieldy just because of how the turret is. If you look at that, it's got holes and posts and everything everywhere, but it just works well. It also feeds, it feeds from one direction. You just have to kind of keep that in mind as you're reloading the thing. A really cool blaster. It looks amazing. And the shell hasn't been used for a whole lot. I have seen a couple of things. One of my favorite modifications utilizing the Swarmfire was Duke Wintermall's sniper rifle cannon thing. He basically shoved a compressor and a Titan tank inside this shell. Boner inducing. I absolutely enjoyed it. It was one of the best mods I had ever seen. It had the gauge sticking out in the back just perfectly. I still want one, Duke. If you somehow see this video, I'd love to buy one. Please hydro dip it in Anime Girls for me. I want one, and I've never been able to build one. I even bought one of the like little tiny compressors to try to put in here. It runs off 12 volt. I don't know what to do. I'm not a clever man. I just glue stuff together and make it work. I don't do electronics so much. But this shell is one of I have to say this. This might be the best looking shell in Nerf, and I say that with almost no hyperbole because it just flows seamlessly. It doesn't get any better than that. And it's perfectly symmetrical, but you see all the gray and all the yellow and everything like that? Well, except for the yellow right here, these are all plates. You can take these off and paint them a different color, and since it's kind of this really moderate angling with smooth edges, it works really well. It looks futuristic. It looks like something that you would find at a Halo or something like that. It's just a beautiful shell that just brings together this entire blaster. When this came out, this was the equivalent of a primary for the Dart Tag line. This was what people were using over the Quick 16 if they wanted a full automatic one-handed blaster. Now, you can kind of make a quick reload system with these. I don't know if you could do it when it's in the shell, but if you remove the entire internals, Bobo showed us how to do the whole like pull pin replace the turret, put a new one on, put the pin back in his pwn saw video, which, again, absolutely amazing. People have done so much work to this thing over time, but the velocities, even modified, are not super great. It's still kind of geary, so you don't want to put too much power in them, but at the same time, it's like that firing speed, that's what you buy this thing for. It's meant to just get a lot of darts out as quickly as possible. It's a bit large, but when you can get a good firing speed out of it and it's insanely comfortable, it doesn't really matter all that much. And overall barrel length isn't that bad at all. It's a little big, not terribly so. There's a lot to love here. On and off switch right there. 20 darts, good firing rate. Can put the internals on pretty much anything. Removable stock. This is one of those blasters where it's kind of the reason why I do this stuff, because I get to go back and remember how great these things were. The first time I picked one of these up, I knew I had to have it, but the first time I picked one up, it was $12 at a Savers and didn't include the stock. And I've wanted to put this grip and this stock on another blaster, and I just haven't been able to do it yet. I just haven't figured out what I'm going to do with it. And now I'm kind of thinking I might as well just kind of rip one of these open, put a rapid strike in it or something, because this shell is just incredible. You might notice I have quite a fixation with the shell, but look at this thing! Tell me I'm wrong. It is absolutely beautiful. Is there a reason you should pick one up today? If you're doing HVZ, yes. If you do a lot of close quarters combat and you want kind of the whole turret open face primary thing, it can do that. It's not going to get you insane ranges, but it does give you a good firing speed. They're been around for a long time. People have done a lot of stuff with them. They're nice blasters, and nowadays they're kind of cheap. They are big, but they're reasonably cheap. I think I picked one up on eBay when I first bought my original Swarmfire for, I think, $24, and this one right here was a Goodwill find for $6. Can't complain too much about that. What do you think about the Dart Tag Swarmfire? Let me know down in the comment boxes below what you think of it. If you know of any cool mods for it, if you've ever done anything interesting with it, I would love to hear it, because I love this blaster. Seriously, Duke's whole sniper cannon mod thing that looks like something from S4 League was just insane. I just couldn't get over it. So I'd love to see what you guys know about this blaster down in the comment boxes below. And of course, if you like the Swarmfire, hit the like button. And if for some crazy reason you dislike it, there's a dislike button there for you as well. I love this blaster. I can just get to pick it up and be like, that's tag back. I get to go back there and sift through all the boxes and find a blaster and talk about it. Like, I forgot how cool this was. That's why I love doing this series. I'm Walcom S7. Thank you very much for watching this video. And of course, I hope to see you in an entirely different one. Let me know what you think about the Swarmfire down in the comment boxes below. Do you know of any cool mods I forgot about this thing? Have you ever done anything interesting with it? Let me know.